Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I am here to work with my day 5 story. I made a foundation page with it thinking we were going to talk about writing letters to Santa or visiting Santa or whatever have you. So this is going to just pretty much be my Santa spread. And I did take photos and we have done these things. So I have this lovely large 6x8 photo of my kids at the mall when we were walking to see Santa that I thought I'd have on this side. That being said, I also have this awesome photo. I printed it on photo paper, but it's from Pinterest and it is of like a North Pole, like the road and stuff. And I just think that's so pretty. And so part of me wants to go ahead and do this and then just have a little flip so that you could then be able to see the photo just fine. And I think we might do that to kind of, I'm trying not to add bulk, but I think we might do that. I like that idea. And then I thought, depending on how I want to go about this, I'm not really sure. The flip could then have the photo of Santa with the story. I also have the Santa, I know him there, so that's an option. I don't know, but that's kind of the idea I'm going for, I think. Or because I could also do it this way and then have the little photo. This could just go like this and just have the little photo popping out. I think it would fit if I worked it hard enough. So a couple options there. I don't really know, but that's going to be that side. And then on this side, I have their letters to Santa that they let me take pictures of before we mailed them off. So they're just photos of me holding their letters, which I love. All of that. And I probably am going to trim it down a little bit more. My original plan was to have them tuck into these little pockets. I was actually going to put them on the circle. However, it doesn't quite, I didn't make them small enough, so it would be cutting some stuff off, and I don't want to cut any of their letters off. I think they're super cute. So I have to pivot on that. And I think what I might do then is I have the cute photo of them writing their letters to Santa, which I had a lovely photo of them doing that last year too. So I think we'll just have this small one down here, possibly. I don't know, we'll see. And then as I trim these, I just thought maybe I could have them kind of float up. So it would look like that, which is why I think if I have this one on this side, it'll keep it nice and clean, quote unquote clean looking. I also have these photos that were taken all on the same day. We all did this on the same thing, and it's just super cute photos. I love them. And so then I thought, well, that's fine, why don't we use those? And they just, I mean, I'm going to be cutting off a little bit of Jackson's hat no matter what I do. This one's the hardest because I have to cut off a little bit of Nora's chin or a little bit of Jackson. So I'm not sure. And I thought then those could tuck in there and that could also work. These don't need a ton of journaling, right? Because it's obviously seeing Santa, writing letters. There's not a big story to it. It's more just documenting it all, and I just wanted to get it all in one spread. I knew this was going to be a spread, so I'm prepared for the 2 pages, but I'm just not sure how I want to go about it. And part of me even wants to like turn this into a really large, like a pocket maybe, and then these could slide. I don't know. I just don't know what I want to do. And then I have some Santa inspired ephemera too that we can work with. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, because I think it's going to work, is I'll go ahead and deal with the photos, and we'll see if I'm going to use, these are, you know, they've got some bulk to them, so I might just trace them and then put them in and take these away, so we're taking out the bit of bulk that this chipboard brings. So let me start with that, and maybe we'll do this side, and then maybe we can figure out the rest of it. The trick to getting this to work and cut out without chopping any of their faces off was to take the chipboard, place it against the light so that I could see the shadow from the chipboard, and then do the circle, fussy cut it out, and I'm going to have them back to back. That's going to work perfectly. I'm going to add just a little bit of baker's twine in a green and white stripe so that it's easy to pull out. And I look at both sides and decide, both circles on the foundation page. And I'm actually going to place this at the top because it's going to be the best option for me, which you'll see why in a minute. But this came together super quickly, thankfully. So I have the first one, which I love. I think it's super cute. So that's awesome. That's in there. And it fits perfectly. The tree one is in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this space yet, but we'll figure that out. And I will figure it out. And I'm very, very pleased with what I come up with. My next step is to work on what I'm going to do about the photo of the kids writing their letters to Santa and the letters themselves. So again, my original idea here is to stack them up. However, the problem is stacking them up like that, I have to have 3 individual little quote unquote pocket spots for them. And that's A, a lot of bulk, but B, I just didn't know, I just couldn't in my mind figure it out. If I had wanted to and I wanted to spend the time, I would have figured it out. But this is already quite a extremely interactive and multiple part page spread story, whatever you want to call it. And so even though I like this and you can see I'm my head trying to figure it out, it's not what I'm going to do. My option is to take the photo of the kids writing their letters to Santa, and I'm going to use that, stitch it onto the red and white candy cane, and go ahead and make that a pocket to fit the letters in. And while my brain is formulating that, I'm also going to go ahead and, for the bottom circular pocket down there, take the Santa photo and create another little circular element down there. That worked really well because of the fact that it wasn't a full circle, so it gets trimmed off, and then you don't cut into the cute little Santa decoration I had there as well. So perfect. My little pockets and the right-hand side of the right-hand page is complete. I stitched, like I said, my photo onto the pattern paper there. I'm creating my pocket with some red line adhesive. I also made sure to tape down my photo to the pattern paper so that the photos of the letters are not going to try and slide in underneath the photo, but in front of the paper, it will just go straight down underneath the pattern paper. And I've got my pocket. Next up is debating, what am I going to do? What am I going to title this? Where am I going? There's blank space up there now. How do I want this to work? You can see I'm trying to get this little deer on there. He's not going to make it, but I did try really hard. I thought it was super cute. And of course, reindeer obviously fits with the Santa theme. But instead, I found these really pretty glittery gold letters that I'm going to spell out the word letters. And then I will finish it off saying letters to Santa. And this is perfect. It gets the story across. You understand what's going on, and I'm very happy with how in the end that turns out. I will end up stitching the word Santa with those letters. I'll end up stitching that so that I know it's nice and secure. And my next step here is to now work on the left hand side and figure out where I'm going with this. So I'm going to trim down the North Pole photo because, of course, the day 4 was not a full 6x8 spread. So that's been trimmed down, and I'm going to get that placed on there. I've grabbed a tag from actually story 7, which you will see eventually when I get there. And I'm going to use that as my base and mark it with some red line adhesive. So I'm making a pocket, right? That's pretty much what I'm doing. And there's multiple ways that you can do this. My favorite is just to line it up, figure out where I want it to go, add the red line adhesive on the bottom so I know it's nice and stuck. And then I just actually use tear apart tape on the sides. I don't need to use my red line adhesive for the sides. I find it just doesn't bother me. And then I will take that same tag, although I have to pick a new one because I've attached the ribbon on that one and it's not coming off. But I take that same tag and will trace out my photo and make my incision like you can see me doing here, so that I've got a pocket that's going to pull out the tag from down below. And I think that's really cute. I actually got the inspiration from Susanna Lee. She created that, I think, for her day 2 story, maybe day 3 story. And I was like, this is genius. And so I just kind of took a bit of the same idea there by having it pull down from underneath is where that inspiration came from. We're going to adhere that down so that my pocket is good to go, repunch my holes, and then work on the photo itself, which, like I said, is going to just be as simple as taking the tag. Again, I have to pick a different one because the tag I had was adhered down. Like, I couldn't get it to undo, and I didn't understand that, so I just grabbed a different one. And I don't trace this one. I just freehand cut it along the lines with my scissors. I don't care if things aren't absolutely perfect. It doesn't bother me. So if this is something that would bother you, I'd suggest, either tracing it or washi taping it down or something. And then that's just going to slide in there, which I think is super cute. And I'll add a little bit to it so that you're not just seeing the floor. But pretty much, you guys, I managed to come up with a simple solution so that the left-hand side was not as complicated as the right-hand side. And I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of gold washi so that I've got gold on both sides, and hopefully it's then looking like it belongs together as a spread versus 2 separate stories, even though I guess technically maybe they are. There's actually 3 stories in here, but it's all good. I'm going to finish it off with writing the word writing and then some more gold washi at the top. So I'm going to come back live. Let's wrap this one up. It was a bit of a difficult one. All right. I'm not going to lie. This is really a hard one for me. Not hard in like the putting it together, but figuring out how I wanted it to look and then doing that. But it's done. I do still need to do my journaling. However, again, I'm going to do some printed journaling, like typed out journaling that needs to be then printed, which has to go to my local London Drugs. So I don't have that yet, but that's okay. I will get it once that happens. So I did end up just doing a little pocket for the little letters. These ones I do think I might just put a little bit of like white cardstock and just do my handwriting thoughts about that. I think that would be okay. But they just go in here, which I think works really well. And though I liked the idea of staggering them up, it's a better option. And then we have the Santa photo, which is super cute, and just something on the back. So there's something on the back, but really it's just to highlight the Santa photo. And then of course the cute photos of Jackson with each one of his siblings, which I love. And then on this side, I put the number. So that's awesome. We've got the day. And then this little tag will slip out. We'll have the cute photo. And then I will have some journaling that I'm going to, like I said, write up and then get printed. And it will just go there to tell the rest of the story. I am very happy with how it turned out, even though it was complicated. So I apologize that this is a longer video. I didn't mean to have 2 long videos in a row, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I will see you guys all again soon. Bye, everyone.